Hey guys, it's Tracy. I am sharing my summer wreath. This wreath was so fun to put together. It is chock full of super yummy-licious colors. I'm using 6 ribbons and 3 meshes. So let me show you how I put it together. I am starting with a 14-inch wire work frame. Here are the 3 Deco mesh I'm using in this wreath. It is a 10-inch mesh, and I usually pick this up at craftoutlet.com or Hobby Lobby when they're on sale. Now these are my fun ribbons that I'm using in this project. Either I got them from Hobby Lobby, craftoutlet.com, or Sam's Club. I am going to cut my mesh at 10 inches. Now to keep my mat from slipping and sliding, I have this shelf liner that works great for projects like this. And so I just have it here on my craft table, and I'm going to roll these 2 colors out. I've decided that I'm going to put these 2 colors first. I'm going to use them over the entire wreath, and I'm going to cut them at 10 inches. This is the color of chenille stem that I'm going to be using for the project to adhere the deco mesh onto the wreath. I cut them in half. I'm going to do a ruffle technique. I lay it out flat on my craft table, then I gather it in the middle. I kind of tuck those ends of the deco mesh inside because I like that look. It kind of, gives it a finished look. I don't have the raggedy edges, so I just take my chenille stem and I am putting this deco mesh, this little combination on 2 wires, and I always start in the inner ring, and then I will switch to the outer ring, and then I will go back and forth, inner ring, outer ring, inner ring, outer ring, and then until I get the fullness of this wreath the way that I like it. Now I am just using the pink and the green, and then I will go back over it and put the yellow. The little shelf liner works really good for deco mesh wreaths, actually for a lot of things to prevent them from slipping and sliding all over your craft table. I'm alternating the colors where one time green is on the top and the other time the pink is on the top. I will continue to put the green and pink deco mesh on until I get the fullness that I like for the wreath. The yellow is cut at 10 inches as well, and I'm showing you here, I'm just kind of rolling that into a loose spiral, and I'm going to just put that directly into the chenille stem, just untwisting that and putting that little yellow spiral right directly in there. I cut my ribbons at 12 inches each, and I put a V-cut or a dovetail on the end because I feel that that gives a finish look. For the green and white gingham, I used my pinking shears to cut that out. Now, I only cut these about 10 inches. I feel it gives it a finished look. I am using 6 different ribbons, and so I have the different combinations of 2 ribbons each. So this white and green checkered I put together, and just finding a chenille stem. I wanted this wreath to be very, very full, so that's why I'm using 6 ribbons. And I'm just going to untwist this chenille stem and put this little ribbon directly in there. I kind of do an X or a plus sign. That's what kind of offsets the ribbon. And sometimes I have to play with it a little bit to kind of get the look that I want, but it's totally worth it when you have your ribbons and they're just so full of vibrant colors and all of the patterns together. Don't be afraid to use different patterns and different sizes of ribbons, because that is really what adds character to your wreath. If you have some ribbon that doesn't really stand up, you can use Aleene's Stiff and Quick. Just spray that on the ribbon and it will stiffen it up. The more you put on there, the stiffer it is. When I spotted this sign at Walmart, I knew it was going to be the perfect addition to my summer wreath. You are my sunshine. I used to sing this little song to my oldest son, and I think it's perfect to celebrate the season. So when you have a sign like this, it's a metal sign. If it has a little hook, that is what I will attach to the wire frame. So it only has one hook. I will slip a chenille stem through that little hook and then attach that to the wire frame. I'm going to show you here so that you can kind of see. I do get questions about this a lot, and so I thought that I would show you here with this sign that only has one hook. So I make sure that it's in the center of my wreath. So sometimes I have to flip the wreath back and forth, and so it does, you know, it's a little time consuming, but it's in the end, it's totally worth it. If my sign is going to be a permanent addition to my wreath, I will use a combination of wet glue as well as hot glue. The wet glue I use is Aleene's Tacky Glue. I love that. It's my favorite wet glue. I will attach it to the Deco mesh or ribbon or something like that. I make sure that my ribbon can be seen by pulling it out, and it's, you know, make sure it's not stuck behind the sign or anything like that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you so much. Your thumbs up, your positive support is appreciated, and we'll talk to you soon, and God bless.